Governor Adeleke, the governor of Osun State, has threatened to dethrone traditional rulers of the Werin, Ifon, Eri Osun, and Ilobu communities in the state if they fail to maintain peace in their communities. In a statement released in Osogbo, the state capital, the governor emphasized the need for the monarchs to ensure stability in their communities following recent violent clashes over long-standing boundary disputes. This conflict has led to loss of lives and destruction of properties worth billions of naira. And the governor's warning comes amid reports that some certain groups were planning fresh attacks in the affected communities despite ongoing peace efforts. So during the Salah celebration, the governor received some intelligence reports that some individuals are plotting another round of violence in Ifon, Ilobu, and Erioshun, and security agencies have been placed on high alert to prevent any breakout of violence. The governor further disclosed that security operatives were expediting their investigation into key figures involved in the crisis. He reiterated that the peace agreements signed by community leaders were not mere formalities. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Governor Ademola Adeleke also talked about a curfew. He also declared his readiness to take drastic measures against any traditional ruler under whose leadership violence resurface. And he vowed to remove them from office. He vowed to remove such monarch from office in whose domain violence erupts again. Now, the royal fathers in Osun has been mandated to take responsibility for maintaining peace and order in their various communities. And he has threatened that if any of them fails to do so, he is going to dethrone them. He is going to use the stick. He's going to wield a big stick against them. So they should be guided to ensure that peace remains in the community. On March 8th, the governor had imposed a curfew. The governor had imposed a curfew on March 28th, and it was a 24-hour curfew that affected some communities amid this communal crisis that is going on in the states. Now, this conflict is rooted in a long-standing land dispute, which escalated early March. This has led to the burning of houses across three communities and other local governments, and the governor had to step in and talked about the faceless group planning another attack. Well, kudos to the governor for stepping in to avoid further loss of lives and properties. Now, this is a clear message to all traditional rulers in Osun to be very, very guided, to be very mindful, because if they don't look at what's happening in their community, then the governor would have to step in and use a big stick. He must wield a big stick, and it will affect them. And this would lead to potential dethronement of these monarchs. But then, what can we say? Does the governor really have the power to dethrone a traditional monarch? Does the governor really have the power to dethrone a traditional monarch? Because this is the question in the minds of many Nigerians. They say a stitch in time saves nine. I guess this is what the governor is trying to do. Possibly some people may not see this as a best action. Some people may not see this as a good action, but I guess Governor Adeleke's stand on dethroning these monarchs over this communal conflict is a bold move. Traditional rulers should promote peace. They should promote peace. They should resolve disputes. But at this point, I feel they need to, dialogue and find a peaceful way to resolve these tensions without escalating more crisis and more violence in the state. Hopefully, the government, hopefully Osun State government, Ademola Adeleke, the traditional rulers will find a way to quell this tension before things get out of hand. We don't want to see Osun State turn into another river state where the president will have to step in and declare a state of emergency. Yes, we really don't want that to happen. So it is best they resolve it now before things goes out of hand, because we know that the federal government is trying to do everything possible to use federal might, to use presidential powers to grab states, especially states that they know, and especially states that they know their governors will not support Tinubu's 2027 ambition. So they may want to come through the back door. I really hope Osun State does not create that avenue where the presidency will have to come through the back door and declare a state of emergency in Osun State because of this communal crisis, something that could easily be resolved by their traditional rulers, because they are the ones closest to the people. They have a direct link to the people, they have a direct connection to the people, so they should be the ones to stop all this crisis, to avoid any declaration of a state of emergency in Oshu. I'm sure Governor Ademola Adeleke wouldn't want that. That's why he had to threaten to dethrone those traditional rulers. So it is time for all traditional rulers in Osun State to sit up, especially those that their communities are at war, especially those that their communities are having one or two issues. They should better sit up. This is a call to sit up and do the right thing to ensure peace reigns in this community. Because if things should escalate, well, so many people are going to lose their life. Properties worth billions and billions will waste, and it will not help Osun State economy in any way. So hopefully they resolve this peacefully and everything goes back to normal. But Governor Ademola Adeleke's words still stand that he is going to demote them over this protracted communal war. I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.